Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everyone is having a great day, and I'm happy to be back. I'm actually back at home after kind of a little short trip. It was fine. It was a 4-day cruise, which sometimes I like the short ones, sometimes I like a longer cruise, but I didn't really have time for anything long. I have a couple of things planned this month, and then a few more things coming up after that I'll be sharing with you. But I just wanted to get back on my regular schedule for the reviews. First today, I have King's Court. We had a new episode for that. And then Real Housewives of Miami is actually, they did a back-to-back one. Good morning, Elisa Triplet. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you. They did a back-to-back episode. So they did episode 10, which I've already reviewed. I did that while we were at sea. And then they did episode 11, which I'll review right after this. So I'm doing a back-to-back. If you can join me for some, for all, I appreciate it. Team Replay, as always, I appreciate you. But for this review, I've labeled it King's Court. It's easier to do two separate ones because not everyone watches both shows. Welcome, Sharon. Thank you so much for joining me. Glad to see you. So we'll start with King's Court. This was a pretty good episode, y'all. This was called King's Council. It's episode 6. This is their first season. So we start out with Dr. Kalia and Thaddeus. And then also, because Dr. Kalia, as we know, had to be present at the delivery of her baby. I know that Ariel made light of it. Like, she's just a pediatrician. She doesn't deliver a baby. But I have heard that sometimes there is a need for a pediatrician in the delivery room. So I didn't like it at the time when Ariel made light of that. There can be a need. She may not actually deliver the baby. That's the OBGYN. But if the baby's in distress or if there's something else they're watching, you certainly could have need for a pediatrician. So we're not going to make light of Dr. Kalia's profession. And actually, Ariel should know better than that because she is a doctor as well. She's a physical therapist, but she has a doctorate as well. So I don't like when the ladies, they can be competitive, but don't start making fun of each other on that level. So as you come in, just click the like button. This is the King's Court review for episode number 6. And let's see, we are back at the house. We started again with Sarah and Tyson. Even though Tyson took Sarah to the elimination dinner to kind of whip her back into shape, she says, I love being here with Tyson. They're in a joint confessional, y'all. This is so silly. And what I noticed is he says, I like being here with you too. So she's grinning like a Cheshire cat. Your love to his like. Okay, Sarah? Sarah's something else, y'all. So we have Thaddeus ask Felicia to take a picture of them because they were all outside. They like to mingle in the mansion. They're out at the pool. He said, will you take a picture of us? It was just kind of the 3 kings standing there with the ladies. They're always somewhere, but it was just the 3 kings when he asked her. And I still don't know if Thaddeus did this on purpose or not. She's like, okay, I'll take it. She come over there. And then Tyson tries to join the picture with Sarah because Tyson was standing there with Carlos, and then here comes Sarah. And Felicia's like, nope, that's okay. She said, you got it. And Titus called her. He was like, wait a minute, Felicia, you said you was going to take the picture. We saw that. She said, I'll take it with the kings. I'm not taking the pictures. He said, oh, okay, we should have saw that coming. And Felicia, you know, she got a quick mouth. She's like, yeah, you should have saw that coming. So everybody was kind of laughing. We already know that Felicia doesn't play when it comes to Tyson. So then we have, of course, after the men come back from elimination dinner, Janae wasn't at the elimination dinner, so she had to go to the side and Netflix and chill with her husband. So Carlos is over there with Janae. We also have Sarah. I feel like a few other ladies were there. May have been Dr. Kalina was there. But Carlos was saying, you know, we sent 2 ladies home. They sent Denitra and Demi home. He said they sent the 2 ladies home. We almost sent 3 ladies home. So he said, they almost sent 3 ladies home. Eliminations are tough. And Jennifer saying, oh, you almost sent 3 ladies home. Who was the other lady? And he was like, some of this stuff is King's business. I can't tell you all of that. He was kind of joking. But Jennifer starts saying, you can do anything you want. You can say anything you want. You know how Jennifer talks when she's talking to one of the kings, especially Carlos. And Janae was looking daggers at the side of Carlos' ear until he turned around and said, what? So they were going to have a couples quarrel, y'all, in front. Let me see. Sharon Gabo said that was something. Took a picture. Oh, I forgot. that was very distasteful to talk about someone's career. Yeah, it doesn't take all that. You're just trying to date these guys. And if there's a real relationship after this, I'd be shocked. But don't try to say anything about the woman's profession. I'm very impressed with the fact that this lady's a pediatrician. I'm impressed with the physical therapist. That's one of the things I like about this show, Sharon. All of the women have something going on for themselves. I think there are a few that are there to model or kind of be on TV, but everybody has a profession. Liliana was a travel nurse. We have Allison, an opera singer. So everybody is doing something. And there was no need for Ariel to do that. I don't know if you guys watch Chloe Johnson. Chloe Johnson has a YouTube channel. Chloe is so bubbly and friendly and fun. I've been watching her for years. She never gets into any stuff. She just reviews her shows and keeps it moving. She had an interview with Ariel, which I was kind of surprised, y'all, because the season's not over. Ariel looked beautiful. She was wearing a short, kind of like a Halle Berry style cut. She says her hair is natural because people were making fun of her, whatever crochet she had going on. But she said it was hard to like be in the pool and be in the elements, and she didn't know what they would have going on. So she has a good interview over there. She says, of course, a lot of the stuff we didn't get to see, but I think she's pretty much who she says, who she is on the show. I didn't care for her all that much, but she was a lot more friendly when she was speaking with Chloe. I'll say that. And she said that her first choice would have been, of course, Tyson, but she saw how filled his dance card was, and then she latched on to Thaddeus. So that was a pretty good interview. But yes, all the ladies are impressive. I don't like them coming for each other's career. So we see a confessional of Jennifer. For some reason, she's talking about Janae. She says she doesn't think Janae is kind. She sees an unkind side to Janae. She doesn't know if it's insecurity, but it's an unkind side to Janae. So Jennifer, I don't like you painting this picture on Janae. I have noticed Janae's, her energy, she seems a little sadder. She seems a little more self-conscious with the addition of the last ladies that came into the house. She kind of, when they got the, let's say the OGs, she was one of the OGs, she locked in with Carlos. They got the middle set of ladies. They were more competitive as the groups came, but the perfect match seems to have thrown Janae for a loop, because Jennifer is not only pretty, she also is supposed to be this perfect match. But as we all know, including Jennifer, and I think Carlos knows, Jennifer does not want Carlos, okay? So I don't think Janae has to worry about that, but she's shooting her own self in the foot because Carlos is seeing these insecurities on Janae that he had not seen before, and he's getting kind of uncomfortable with it. I see it. So, of course, it wouldn't be after the elimination dinner if you didn't have Tyson and Felicia bagged up against each other. No, she's actually straddling him, and he's just amazed. You're so soft. He loved himself some Felicia. But I think it is lust. Okay, I think it is lust. But they're a cute couple. He says that she's like a baby Nia Long. And yeah, I find it funny that all of Tyson's references, even though he presents as young, he is 54. All of his references are Gen X. So he says, you're like a baby Nia Long. I'm going to assume that Felicia knows who Nia Long is. It's like Allison is a baby Vanessa Williams. I think that's funny. I'm here for that. Now, his actual match is Allison. So he gets a chance to talk with her later, but she don't get to straddle him or anything like Felicia does. So we have the Petes, Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Pete. They meet everybody at a vineyard. And Rodney talks about when he met his wife, something about the wine tasting. Somehow he related it, but he said that's the best decision of his life. And Holly said, you GD right. Holly's kind of funny. Ladies are meeting the King's actual family. Some of them are bringing friends, but people that know the Kings for a long time in real life are going to meet the ladies. So in the confessional, I'm sorry, y'all, I said Denitra went home first. She actually goes home. Spoiler, okay, we watched it. She's one of the ones that go home, but she's at this meeting where they meet the family. She says she was nervous for a second until she realized she's Denitra. So I like Denitra. We haven't seen her in a little bit. I'm glad she's still here. Demi's the other young lady, the African lady. I think she said she was a model or something. She came in when they did the alter ego type thing. Carlos brings his younger brother. Tyson brings a long-term friend named Trevor that he's known for, he said, 15 or 20 years. I'm not sure. And Thaddeus brings two people, One lady, he didn't tell us this at the beginning, but he said one lady is instrumental in the raising of his children, and then another person was a friend. So Sarah thought they were going on some type sexy vineyard date. She wears a hoochie mama dress. And then she had, this time, I know Sarah is sneaky, y'all. I'm not crazy about her either. And there's going to be more revealed about her. She says, oh, I didn't know that we were going to be meeting their family. I'm a little bit embarrassed. So watching how she dresses change based on who they're meeting. It's not like you're in lingerie or something, Sarah. So she's too much. Titus or Thaddeus, his two best friends were women. They help raise the children. Carlos brings Edelweiss. We haven't seen a lot of her. I like her. She's a lot of fun. She's a Spanish lady. So now she's claiming that he is just the one. She was talking to the brother. Edelweiss was draped all over Tyson. Remember, they were showing each other their body and telling each other they had such great genes. But these ladies, some of them are changing men like underwear. Usually it's when they can't get on Tyson's dance card, then they go to one of the other kings. So in the confessional, Edelweiss tells us that she's been a runner in her past. When things get tough, she runs out. She tells Carlos and the brother that. Carlos is, he said he's impressed with her candidness, but that kind of concerns him, concerns the brother too. Sarah claims that Persians are very loyal and trustworthy. Y'all, Sarah, I'm hearing, was on Shahs of Sunset. You remember that other show over on Bravo? So that is where some people knew Sarah from. I didn't recognize her. I didn't know her. I thought she just looked like Gigi or Gonessa from over there. I didn't know that she was actually on the show. And then we're going to find some things out about Sarah next week that I'm going to mention this week. So Tyson's friend asks about, can she handle all the attention that he gets in public? She claims she doesn't care. It's up to the guy to be able to push women aside if they're throwing themselves at him. So that's what she says. But we've seen jealousy from Sarah in the house. She told on Felicia last week because Felicia was calling Tyson my man, my man, my man. So I don't know why she does that, but she does. Ileana, let's see. Oh, no, not Ileana. I'm sorry. She's no longer there. So, and then last week, she no-showed for her shift with Tyson after he and Felicia's time ran over. So I find her to be kind of a fraud. Titus's or Thaddeus's friend, her name is LaRonda. Turns out, y'all, that she was an ex-fiance. So now Dr. Kehlani is suspicious. And I am too, because they're supposed to meet family and things like that. I don't know why he brought an ex-fiance. And then we see Dr. Kehlani in a confessional saying, who broke it up? Now I need to know who broke it off. How long ago was this? When was the last time they hooked up? I need to know this too. And then the lady, I noticed how she made sure that she was the one to tell Dr. Kehlani about that. That was actually, I don't know. That was kind of slick. I don't like the way, I think, Titus, if you were going to bring somebody that you've been in a relationship with, that should have been the first thing you said. Because I don't like these people almost interviewing your new prospective love interest. So I didn't like that. I find that to be a red flag. So he says that his kids are like her kids, basically. They all know each other's kids. And she said, we genuinely want the best for each other and that it works out for us. So Tyson's friend is asking all of the ladies that are interested in Tyson what they like about him. Felicia says she likes the obvious. So this is lust, y'all. He's fine, she fine, and that's what they like. Kalia, we find out that she wants more kids, but Thaddeus, as we know, has had a vasectomy. So Dr. Kalia, and I think I want to say she's almost 40. I don't know that she told us her age. Maybe she is already 40, but she's not at a stage of the game where she could try to have time to have somebody reverse a vasectomy. That's a thing. But Titus, y'all know, I think he's really emotionally secure. He knows what he wants, and I don't see anyone changing his mind on that. We saw Tyree boo-hooing last week over it. So Janae says that, let's see, Janae's talking to the brother what she wants out of Carlos. Carlos wants out of her. Jennifer interrupts with her baby voice. May I steal some time? And I was surprised Janae walked away. I think Janae was mindful of how it would look to the brothers if she decided not to. But I thought that was kind of rude, Jennifer. I don't see anybody else interrupting the time. So Janae was angry, but she managed to fix her face and she left. Jennifer was meeting with Carlos and the brother. The brother's asking her different questions. Carlos reveals that she's his perfect match, but she kind of was more into Tyson initially, but they're all getting to know each other. So Carlos is saying, oh, she's giving some good answers. Carlos is impressed with Jennifer because she does seem really smart. He thinks that he said one time she's really deep when she talks. I don't see it. I think she's a chameleon. I think that she's able to talk to and relate to whomever's talking to her. So I will give Jennifer that. Tyson's friend claims Tyson is such a giver. If there was one exit out of a fire, Tyson will let the lady get out. So I don't know how true that is. If that's true, I think that's great. So Allison is talking to them. They love her intelligence. They find that sexy. And then they said she had first lady vibes. Do they mean first lady like first lady of a church or like Michelle Obama first lady? I do find her very sophisticated, but Tyson, I have to remind him every week, he's the decade older than this lady. So I don't like her. They acting like Allison is like this old lady with stockings on. She's not even your age. She's 10 years younger than this man. Good morning, Mama Bees. Welcome in. Hello, that's one of the moderators that came in. Glad to see you. So they call Jennifer fragile. I don't know that she's fragile. I think Jennifer is a survivor. She's already told us that about herself. She's had some rough things happen in her life and she's been able to maneuver through. But they think she's fragile. So she presents as fragile, which that works if a man is a protector and he is attracted to that. I agree. So she is Carlos's perfect match again, but she's openly attracted to Tyson and pursuing him, I think. And nobody's really pushing back or judging her except for Janae, who can only go so far. Otherwise, she'll look like a hater. And I don't think Janae's hating. I think she kind of sees Jennifer for what she is. And then Janae feel like she was there first, which she was, but this is King's Court and they are supposed to date amongst the women. But I don't know about the rules of dating, the perfect matches, dating all these people. If the lady who fixed them up has 86% success rate, I don't know why Jennifer thinks that she would know better, or Tyson for that matter. We remember the first time he saw her, he said it was love at first sight because his love is in his eyes. He's almost in love with Felicia. That's another thing they came up with the friend. The friend wanted to know, okay, what is it about her? And he's like, oh, she's this, she's that. And he said it's lust. He thinks that he actually said it's sexual. Tyson's like, no, he's shocked. I think it is that too. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't be wrapped around each other at the end of every night. So, and Janae's having a hard time in the competition. I like Janae, y'all. I'm disappointed to see her in this light, kind of losing a little bit of her swag. But she had all that when she didn't have competition. And now that she has competition, it's kind of getting to her. Carlos and the brother discuss Edelweiss being a runner. It's okay. She can run. I like Edelweiss, but her king is not here. I just don't think she belongs here. They think that the Jennifer connection should be explored because she was the perfect match, but Jennifer doesn't want Carlos and Carlos's brother. So what are y'all talking about? I think that too, Mama B. She said Tyson is lust at first sight. He does. He leads with his eyes. He does, which the only reason I don't drag him every week is because he came in on some fun tip and he is still the same. Even when he decided, well, I need to kind of be more intentional like these guys, he still acted the same way. And the women, I don't think he's selling anybody any dreams. They pretty much know he's there for a good time, not a long one. And if they treat it as such, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Sharon said Janae is right about Jennifer. I'm sorry, I couldn't see the rest of that. Janae is right about Jennifer, but she has to chill. Yeah, she does. It turned Carlos way off. I could tell. It really turned Carlos off. We get a confessional with Allison, the opera singer, who he called the baby Vanessa Williams. Allison says she's watching Tyson run around these teeny tiny things, but he might want a curvier, tall drink of water. So I said, okay, get him, Allison. Y'all know when he brought her luggage up, she had already switched into her little silk little pajamas, short pajamas, and had some heels on. But he dropped them bags and went downstairs to Felicia. But she's no punk. She's trying. So I'll give her that. Tyson wants to know what the ladies' hidden talents are. He's having another one of his conversations with Allison. Y'all, they get along so well. And when they first met, they found out that Tyson has a friend who's an opera singer, and he's friends with Allison. Allison knew this guy and has known him for a few years. So I don't know how they never crossed circles. but they all live in Miami. Of course, Allison and Tyson travel for their jobs. I just think if he could get past what he's looking at, and she's pretty. She's just, I don't know. Like I said, I think she's too old for him, even though he got a decade on her. So they want to plan a showcase to reveal the woman's hidden talents. Allison, of course, is going to sing some of her opera. She is so talented. Edelweiss is dance. She does a dance. We get spoken word from Demi. And Denitra and Ariel are bodybuilding. So if you watch that interview with Chloe Johnson, Ariel talked about that a little bit. She said there was a lot they didn't show of her, but she was happy that they showed that she is a bodybuilder. And both of them, now Denitra is a little more muscular than Ariel, but Ariel she's one of those, like when Dr. Contessa over at Married to Medicine was doing her bodybuilding, where the muscles are really defined. It's not like bulk. But I was impressed with that. Thaddeus jumped out of his seat, y'all. He's like, oh my God, he was so excited. He was happy to see them bodybuilders. So Dr. Kalani, you might want to take up bodybuilding. We get Tyson in a confessional saying that he's kind of torn between his choices. I think he doesn't want to eliminate anybody. We know he has a hard time at eliminations. I think that's part of the reason they started saying you are not our queen instead of kind of making the men do it. Because y'all see, he tried to get Liliana out of there and had to tell her twice, you're not our queen. You're not the queen. Because Liliana was telling them about himself. Felicia admits that Allison has some pipes. So, and I like when the ladies can compliment each other. It does make them, they seem more secure in themselves. Don't try to tear each other down. So we have a scene where Carlos is making waffles. He said he never made waffles before in his life. Jennifer, of course, is helping him. Sarah and Janae are talking about the fact that Jennifer's dating both, which they have a point. But because Jennifer's Jennifer, if they say anything to her or point it out to anybody else, they just gonna look like two haters. So Sarah says she's a swoop girl. She's waiting in the wings and she like to swoop in on your man. So I wonder how you know that, Sarah. So neither Janae nor Sarah like Jennifer. I don't dislike Jennifer, but I see Jennifer for what she is. I think Jennifer is wearing a mask. We see a scene of Tyson. He's egging on Catherine. Y'all know 50-year-old Catherine is still there. I haven't seen her in weeks. She's walking down a catwalk in swimwear. He's go. He'll root on any of the ladies that's willing to have fun. So she's looking good, but he doesn't want you, Catherine. They just haven't brought you to an elimination dinner again yet. So Carlos is claiming that Jennifer, deep under her hippie vibes, she's really deep. And once you get under the surface, there's so much there. So Jennifer is whispering, asking, do you think monogamy is important? Now, Jennifer, you were not there when Lexi was there. Lexi got sent home for asking something similar, but she put a Google search behind it. So he's saying monogamy is important. I think he's lying, y'all, but he's saying he doesn't even lust. At 42, I don't even lust. That's what Carlos told this woman. And Jennifer, this is what she said, y'all. She said, I feel like I was given a big juicy burger, but I was also given a green salad. I mean, guess who the burger is? Tyson. Carlos, she's comparing you to a salad. She's saying that the burger's looking good, but the green salad is what's best for her. Y'all, Jennifer ain't ish. I was going to start thinking she's okay, but I don't like that, y'all. I don't like that at all. So we have Thaddeus and Dr. Kalia are working out. And confessional, Kalia is telling us she has a 12-year vision board. And that on the vision board, y'all, she has the Obamas. She has a couple working out. And she says she has a couple of goals. So Titus is asking her, well, have you received like clarity or anything that's on the vision board? She says yes. She said the clarity that she received when she met him is that he's her husband. Thaddeus went into a confessional. You know how he do this, like, tell me more. He said, like, say what now? And I agree with Thaddeus. I want these women to stop doing that, saying God sent him a husband. I think she brought up God too. God sent me a husband. God said that you're my husband. That kind of scared him off. So he said time out. He actually gave a time out too. So I think he's getting a little nervous about her. And he says, well, I'm not against that. I think he's really, I say this every week, he's really emotionally mature. So he had to handle her carefully because she said this with a straight face, y'all. And to me, just the way she was looking, it just looked kind of strange. God said that you're my husband. I got clarity that you're my husband. And he said, well, I don't have anything against that. Name it and claim it. That is, you're going to have to let this one down easy. I said that Kat might end up on Tyson's Ring doorbell if he looked through. I think Dr. Kaylani might end up on Thaddeus's. Yeah, these shows, I don't know how much psychological testing or anything they do. I'm not saying anything about Dr. Kaylani, but I just don't think that was the thing to say. So confessional Thaddeus is still trying to joke, but he seemed nervous to me. He said, this is the first time I met anybody that moved faster than me. Because y'all, she's the last group that came in. And now God told you that this is your husband. You had the vision board 12 years. You came on this little show, and now God's told you that this is your husband. Every week is something, y'all. It's interesting, but every week is something. So she said that she is not waiting forever. She get more aggressive, y'all, too. When she first came in, she had that little pink bathing suit on, and she was, how do I get time with a king? And now that she got time with a king, she done told the man that God said that's her husband. Mama B saying, I don't believe that any of the kings, I don't believe that any of the kings, why can't I see that? Okay, there we go. I don't believe any of the kings are looking for anything permanent with these women. I don't either, Mama B's. I think they're just increasing their roster, especially if they live near them, because I feel like Tyson did that with Kat, which I feel like he should be careful with her. Y'all know what I think about Kat, but she lives close to him. She said she's in Tampa. He's in Miami. I feel like he's going to do the same thing with Felicia if she's anywhere near. And then he travels so he can meet anybody. He probably still in touch with Brukel. That's why Brukel was able to just leave, even though I think she wanted to be on TV. So, yeah, I agree. So Denitra is saying that since Thaddeus doesn't want children, he might not be for her. And they have the elimination dinner. They bring Dr. Kalani, Denitra, the other young lady, Demi. Y'all, when Dr. Kalia had her first confessional after they showed she had been invited to the elimination dinner, her mask kind of slipped. She said, what the F is going on here? Y'all remember she had been talking like, oh, yes. Now she said, what the F is going on here? So I'm kind of nervous for Thaddeus. We'll see what's going to happen with this. But let's see. Kalia says that she feels like her husband is here, but she's not going to wait forever. And then the Kings enter. Carlos pulls Edelweiss aside. He asked her about being a runner. How would that fit in with their relationship if she's going to run at the first time of trouble? She explains she just needs time to recover if things happen, but at her age, she doesn't want to be running at the first time of trouble. He still loves her energy. Titus greets Denitra, and she tells him that no more kids kind of is a deal breaker, even though they have a connection. And Tyson meets with Demi. I like Demi, but I keep forgetting she's there, y'all. They're not showing her a lot. So she says she likes how he looks at her. And Denitra and Demi are going home, y'all. Kalia is staying, but I think it's getting ready to go off the rails. They have a preview for next week, and we see Dr. Kalia saying, Thaddeus is getting ready to see a different side of me. I think I've already seen a different side of her. So, y'all, I don't know what's going to happen next week. Oh, I'll give you a little of the tea I heard about. Yeah, Elisa Triplett agrees with Mama Beast. Yeah, I don't think the Kings are looking for anything permanent. So we see they've had the previews throughout the week, kind of telling us what's going on the rest of the season. We know Tyson is nervous that he'll pick somebody who just wants to be with somebody who's like out here and popular and part of the culture and all of this. It turns out that Sarah did indeed date someone who was famous. Well, she told us she dated a famous singer. When I tell y'all who it is, you're going to say, wait a minute, just send this lady home, because she is a fake and a fraud. R. Kelly, y'all. Sarah. Prim, proper, sophisticated Sarah. And dated the man 3 years. Now, she didn't say what stage of the game he was in when she was dating him, but Come on. So then we see Tyson in a preview saying that he feels like he's been kicked in the gut. The fact that he could be affiliated with that. Yeah, Mama Beast. I mean, I can understand back in the day. Well, no, that even going back, Andrea Kelly, I think, even started to know when certain things were going on. But Sarah, and she's supposed to be so prim and proper and trying to lock Tyson down. So at least Tyson is going to be taken aback by that and be kind of concerned, like, I can't imagine being affiliated. Because this, I was talking about the Breakfast Club interview that Tyson did. He had a run-in with Sean Combs. And he said he's not going to tell the whole story. I think Sean Combs kind of wanted him because he said men and women have thrown themselves at him. But of course, Puffy got aggressive with him and threatened him. And Tyson pulled out something for all of them and threatened the bodyguard, Puffy, and everybody else until Puffy ended up calling his manager, Beth Ann Hardison, and said, your boy is wilding. And she said, he's Jamaican, leave him alone. So yeah, Tyson used to be out there in them streets. But I'm not even disappointed with Sarah. I'm not even surprised. I can't wait until it comes up. She's not going to be able to spin the narrative. And I want to hear more about this. When were you in connection and communication and dating this man for 3 years? Terrible. Terrible, y'all. Yeah, Sharon Gabo, you saw it. Her personality changed quick. Dr. Kalia, she came in elimination cut, but she didn't cuss in the lip. She cussed at the confessional. So she's kind of slick with it. What the F is going on? You at elimination, a lot of times somebody who we think is on the top ends up at the elimination dinner. So I found that kind of funny. I don't know what she's going to do next week, but I don't think Thaddeus can play with this one. Because, they say sometimes you did a little too smart. You kind of go a little nutty sometimes. So, yeah, they reel me back in. This was a pretty good episode. I have to give it a 9. This was pretty good. So we are right here at the half-hour mark, y'all. This is going to be a good one. Let me end with Mama B's comment on the R. Kelly. Yeah, we done call out Miss Sarah. So I was already suspicious that she's over here on Shahs or Sunset. Now you're on another Bravo dating show. Now we find out you dated the Pied Piper for 3 years. Not just that he took you on a date. You was with the man 3 years. So you might be a freak. We saw you in that freakum dress and then try to act like, I didn't know his family was coming. I'm a little bit ashamed. So Sarah, I want Sarah to be at the elimination next week and then also go home. But thank you. Sharon, you're not surprised? I kind of am. She seemed a little buttoned up, but again, sometimes those are the worst ones. So we'll discuss this next week. And this is right at a half hour. I actually have the 10:15, the next episode of Miami, because they did a back-to-back, y'all. So I did episode 10. Coming up at 10:15, I'm doing episode 11. So I will actually see everyone that's able to come back. If not, I think Team Replay. I want to read Elisa's comment. Thaddeus better send the good doctor home next week. She sounded like a fatal attraction. Didn't she, Elisa? Some of the things that she said and then the way she said it. And then when she said God told her that that's her husband, I said, this is too much. This is a little bit too much. So yeah, she need to go home. If she's cussing at the thought of the elimination dinner, what's she going to do when she actually gets sent home? So this is getting good, y'all. This is about a 9 for the episode. And thank you all for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. I will see you in the YouTube streets. Goodbye.